Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have another video. Today it's going to be on College Football 25, and this is my likes and dislikes of this video game so far. You know, with it being under just a week old, I don't know when exactly this video is going to come out, if it's going to come out on a Sunday or a Monday, but with it being just under a week old, you know, I've spent plenty of time on this game. I'm pretty sure I'm already at about 20 hours. I know a lot of people have spent a lot more time on this game, but the thing I wanted to talk about is my likes and dislikes of this game, right? It's a big controversy of whether or not, you know, I've definitely seen more people come off the train of it's a Madden reskin, but the people that say it's a Madden reskin, those guys were always going to be like that. They were always going to stick by their guns, support this narrative that it was going to be an exact copy of Madden, that it wasn't going to change, that it was just going to have football, you know, it was going to have college football jerseys and stuff like that, you know, but it's not like that. It's not just like that. Of course, there's similarities. It's a football game. If you went and made a fucking high school football game, it would look similar because it's a football game. No matter what you do, it's still going to look like football. And when you're using the same engine, it's going to look the same. That's part of it, right? Now, of course, there are things that I dislike about this game, right? I think pass blocking as a whole is complete dog shit, and it's worse than Madden, right? I think that's the one thing where it's like, this is worse than Madden, and it needs to be fixed next year. You know, and I don't want to hear the whole, you need to step up in the pocket. There's been times where I've let the AI, you know, after you snap the ball, after you press X or A or whatever the fuck on your controller, and I just have let the CPU drop back sometimes. And even then, I still get, the tackle doesn't pick up the end, and I still get sacked. So it's like, it's not me dropping back. It's just, in general, how the offensive line is programmed to pass block doesn't make sense. And then there's tons of clips, whether it's mine or other people's, where the guards just don't block, or the center doesn't block, or somebody just doesn't pick up a player. And it's not like, oh, hey, he came in late on a blitz. No, it's a defensive tackle sitting there. I've seen clips where, you know, and I don't know why it's like this, if this is supposed to be where they line up, but it seems like anytime, if you've noticed, where an edge is at like a 5 tech and a defensive tackle is at like a 4 tech, it seems like anytime that happens and the line is supposed to slide and double team that 4 tech, it seems like they are never able to get there, and it always seems like the 4 tech doesn't get touched for some reason. I don't know why that is, if that's, you know, just something wrong with the game or whatnot, but it is fucking annoying, right? Pass blocking in general is annoying, but then again, you know, it's college football. It's supposed to move faster. It's not going to be perfect, you know, all that fun stuff. But I will say, you know, if you're part of that crowd that's like, oh, well, you know, X amount of quarterbacks only have X amount of time to drop back and pass. It's like, okay, but the routes need to develop more, right? I shouldn't have to wait for an out route. You know, an out route shouldn't take 4 seconds to develop. A slant shouldn't take 3.5 seconds to develop. You know, all this fun stuff. I should be able to tell. And then sometimes when you do throw with anticipation on such high difficulties, the game is going to cheat a little bit and know where you're throwing the football and be able to react even better than anybody could in real life, right? So it is just fucking annoying, right? Because there is that aspect. Now, you could say, don't play on the highest difficulty. Why are you playing on Heisman? You know, all this fun stuff. But it's like, I want to be challenged as well. You know, I definitely think pass blocking as a whole needs to be fixed. Now, granted, it's not some game-breaking thing, but it is fucking annoying. I will say that. And then, you know, of course, there's glitches and stuff going on. I know online dynasties being kind of weird right now. If you made an online dynasty, it's going to be tough to get into and stuff like that. And apparently there's supposed to be maintenance at, I think, 6 a.m. EST. So tomorrow morning. So, you know, all that fun stuff. But, yeah, just in general, there's some stuff, you know, there's the glitch that can get you to an instant 99 in Road to Glory. Now, that's more of like a fun one. I guess you could just do that whenever you want, of course. If you want to do that, go ahead. I'm not that type of person. I want to play Road to Glory for the reason that I want to play Road to Glory, so I'm not going to do that. Of course, there's the glitch where no matter how much coach trust you gain, you'll never be able to have all 3 play calls without pushing the triangle and using up one of your change plays, of course. So that does kind of suck, as well as, you know, you won't ever able to be able to audible. That kind of does suck as well. I know there's a lot of AI fuck-ups this year, in terms of getting roughing the punter, roughing the kicker calls. Defensive pass interference is kind of weird. It seems like if the wide receiver tries to fight through the defender, it still calls defense pass interference. I know if the defender even touches them, I had a clip that I posted on my YouTube that I had to link to Twitter where it was like, is this defense pass interference? I've seen a whole ton of, different plays. Like I've said, I've literally seen a play where I've thrown a pick and the defender kind of works back through the receiver, right? The corner beat the receiver to the spot. And because he ran into him a little bit, he got the defensive pass interference and the penalty got called back, the interception got called back and stuff. And it's weird. It really is. I don't know how different pass interference is for, the college world, of course. I don't think it's that different, though. I don't think it's even more heavily weighed towards the offensive side of the ball. I just think it's weird. I think penalties are a little weird right now and a little finicky. I think they try to program them too much. Legal man downfield, I don't think should happen as much. I've had it happen quite a few times on RPOs, and even screen passes I've seen once or twice, but still. And like I said, pass blocking as a whole, and it's not even just pass blocking, it's the pass rush too, right? If you send a weird pass rush, it'll get home just because it's weird, right? Even if you slide protect the correct way. I've seen it happen where, the glitch is still in the game where if your guy somehow sheds, you can sometimes get a speed boost, like a significant speed boost. Like I'm talking like less than half a second after you shed, you're still 5 yards away from the quarterback and you instant sack him. So there's definitely things to fix, right? It's not a perfect game. I love it. It's a fun game. I'm having a ton of fun with it because it is the college football system, but it's not a perfect game. And then, of course, one of the big controversies is the edit roster / no draft class. And then, of course, even when you do a dynasty and get those auto-generated players and you can't change them all that much, I think you can only really change their name and their equipment at most. I don't even think, if I remember correctly, can you even change their jersey numbers at all? Or are you kind of just stuck with whatever they're given? I know you can't change a lot of their information, a lot of the attributes and ratings and abilities and stuff like that. But I understand why, right? They don't want you making players. And, of course, I know with the team builder, a lot of people dislike this as well, where if it's a copyrighted image or a copyrighted logo, you can't use it just because, or, you have to find a workaround anyway. Which is understandable, right? They don't want to open themselves to a lawsuit. They don't want to, because, if they open themselves to a lawsuit, this game might go bye-bye again, for any given reason. Whether it's because people are putting high schoolers in the game that don't want to be in the game. People are putting college football players that don't want to be in the game. I understand why they're doing all this. Now, does it mean that I enjoy it or like it? Of course fucking not. But there is that thing that you do need to talk about of, do you understand it versus do you like it? I that's something that I don't really ever understand of people that are in the party of just complaining to complain and not understanding why the way that it is, there's a reason behind it, right? There's a reason behind everything. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not correct and you can't understand why. I don't get that, really. I understand why people don't like it. Trust me, I don't like it either, right? I was hoping to be able to do roster edits. But then again, it's 134 teams. How much do you really need to edit? It's 100, it's 100 plus fucking teams. I just don't understand why everybody's complaining so much. Grant, I haven't heard much out of the Madden reskin community where everybody, those guys where it was like, it's just going to be a reskin of Madden with college jerseys. No, it's not. It's completely different. The game plays so much differently than it does in Madden. Madden is just so much slower now. But we'll see what Madden brings to the table this year and see if I devote a lot of time to that outside of content, of course. I do want to get content started. This is my road to glory. I'm in the third week. We just came off of a Heisman season where we transferred to Iowa. We are 12-2 going into the college football playoffs. We already won our first game. We got the bye, got the 1 seed, got the bye, beat our first team against Tulane. Now we're gonna go against Tennessee, and then we should have one more game after that. I don't know if you're allowed to enter the draft. I've never finished an RTG yet. For the new football game, so I don't know if you're allowed to be I'm entering the draft after my junior year, or if you have to play a fourth year. If you have to play 4th year, then I'm probably just going to leave it at that and pretend like I went to the draft just based off of my stats and stuff. It just wouldn't make sense for me to come back. Coming off a Heisman, coming off of a college football playoff appearance, probably being ranked as one of the better quarterbacks in the league, in the college football system, and probably being ranked, as a first-round pick, I would probably end up leaving. So I probably won't be playing the 4th season of this. I'm probably going to have a ton of Dynasty content coming out, hopefully soon. I know I'm not going to have time to record for most of this week, but I should have time possibly next weekend and the week after to record a little bit here and there, but nothing too spectacular. So, but with that being said, guys, like I've said, I like the game as a whole, right? I like the game. I like the fast-paced nature. Like I said, the things that I don't like, of course, is, an offensive play calling. Just play calling in general. Just, come on, give me some different plays in this fucking playbook. And when I go to select, pick a different play on RTG, don't give me 2 or 3 of the same fucking play. Like, here's jet pass, and halfback counter. Like, no, I literally pick a different play for a reason. Pick a different fucking play, please. You should also be able to flip the play. If you with the original play that the offensive coordinator picks, right? But like I said, hopefully some of this stuff will be addressed in the update whenever they do end up updating the game. I don't think there's a designated time of when they plan on doing the first update, but hopefully we do get something soon. Hopefully pass blocking will get fixed. And also one thing I do want to say is, the players being picked up and, the players actually blocking who they're supposed to block, the edges coming free or whatever, it is not affected by sliders. Trust me, I've turned my sliders all the way up to 100 on pass blocking, and it still doesn't change anything. So, I mean, I even put CPU up at 100 just to see if, because I'm technically not controlling the whole entire team, doesn't mean it's not technically me type situation. It does not change whether or not they pick those guys up. It really doesn't. So, and I've tried, again, a team, I was trophy hunting to get some PlayStation Star stuff done. And, even if you put the best team in the world against, even if you put a Georgia or Bama up against a very bad school, they still don't pick up edges correctly. So it's not just like you're playing with a bad team. You're playing, with X team and their Y team, It doesn't really change much. Like I said, I still enjoy this game. It's a very fucking good game. It's the greatest college football game of all time. I don't want recency bias. I'm going to wait a month or two to really determine that. Even probably half a year to a year. It's a very good game. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to be playing a ton when I do have time, of course. I don't have a shit ton of time, but I've had a little bit more time than in weeks past. What are your thoughts on the game? Is it a good game? Is it a bad game? Do you enjoy it? What do you like? What do you dislike? Is there something that you wish they would fix that is, reasonable? Like I said, they can't put high schoolers in the game. You know how many high schoolers across the nation that have stars? You know how many guys they would have to go fucking pay? If you guys enjoy this content or the content here on my channel, I will have more videos, like I said, coming out like this, whether it's Dynasty, RTGs, anything of that nature. I will go ahead and put it out. Of course, there's going to be complaints from me. There's going to be complaints. There's going to be criticism, all this fun stuff. But for now, it's a very good game. Like I said, I think pass blocking is the main issue. I think play calling as a whole. Road to Glory has a couple bugs, like I've said, that need to be fixed. But other than that, it's not a terrible game. It really isn't. I haven't played a whole ton of Dynasty yet. I'm hoping to later this weekend get a lot of my Dynasty going, or at least the Dynasties I'm going to play through off camera. So I'm probably going to get those started. But with that being said, like I said, if you guys enjoy this content, please stick around and subscribe. And I'll be back with more videos like this. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.